tonight I have got a technique called the kissing technique, which of course is not the kissing that you may think, but I thought it would be quite good seeing as next Monday is Valentine's Day, so I thought it would be quite good to have a little play on words with that. It is a great and fun technique, so I'm going to really look forward in showing and sharing this with you. I don't know if you can see which one, that one, that way. I did a live the other night unboxing the magnetic board there, which I've got up. Just love it. It is so handy. Really, really. Hi, Shani and Lynette. Craft Day. Fantastic. Very exciting. Welcome along. I'm going to flip over now, and I was just showing off my. I've got to get it right. It's all back to front on this on the camera. It's very confusing. Right, let's flick over to the desk, and I'm just going to grab it on here as well. There we go. Okay, so as you can see, I've got the magnetic. I've got that on the brain now because I was trying to point to it. I've got the background stamps, and I'm going to be using this one tonight, which is a timeless tiles, and there is so much you can do with this stamp set. I am going to just show you a couple of things, but you can use it as a whole background or bits and pieces of it and use it in different ways. The other background stamp that we do have is Gentle Waves, and that I haven't actually got that one, but I love all the different things that you can do with this one. So I have got this one. Okay, so kissing technique. Let me pop that to one side. We're going to start off. Now this is from I've got a few stamp sets that I'm using. One important thing you need when you're doing this, sound is really bad, is it? Oh no. Oh. It says it's okay. Right. That's the microphone. It says it's green. So is that still bad? Let me know if it gets any better. I can go over to the MacBook. Let me know if that's not any better. Otherwise I can swap over to the computer and hopefully that's a bit better. Let me know if it's improved. I know it's a bit of a delay, but obviously I don't want to babble on and no one hears me. I was just going to say it's really important to have your chamois. It's got a bit of some dimensionals on there. Your chamois, because you need to wipe the stamp between each time that you use it. So I'll pop that there, and oops, I've got two there. I don't need that second one. And I have got a leaf from the Artfully Layered, and I'm just going to put some magnets on there. So is that any better, guys, with the sound? Hey, yes, your sound was a little bit, but it seems to be a bit better now. Oh, fantastic. Phew. Maybe, the weather, honestly, everything's so wet here at the moment. Oops, I just put those together. Honestly, you walk on the floor, we can hear you. It's got a lot of static. Oh, have you got static, Helen? I'll swap over to hang on, let me see if this is any better. Okay, so I'm using the computer one. Let me know if that is okay. Just changed it over. So I'm using, as I say, the leaf. Now I'm going to use soft succulent to start with. Modern technology, you know, there's always something that goes wrong. It was very steady, but now seems clearer. Okay, cool. I'll leave it on the computer then. Brilliant. Okay. I haven't tried this colour combination, so I'm hoping this works. So I am just stamping the leaf. Now you really do need a stamp that has got some coverage on the, not a outlined stamp. You need to have it with some solid part to the image. And just press that a little bit. That won't matter actually. Now we're going to get the timeless stamp, which I've got the timeless style, blah, 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 which I'm going to swing that round. So I'm going to ink this up. Now the reason you need your chamois is because you need to be able to, hi Benita, welcome. Okay, so I'm going to ink this up, and I am going to now put this on to this stamp. And I should only press it down once, so I do have to do that straight away. You just press it firmly down once, otherwise it's just going to be a mess. And I was thinking, because I hadn't telling you that you have to wipe it, and then I hadn't wiped it. So when your mind does one thing, okay, keep that in there because it gets very messy. I'll ink this up again. See, it's put me off with the sound business. Okay, so just press that down firmly on top of that stamp. And then you stamp. So the Stamparatus is really important to use because it means that you can re-stamp in the same spot. Now that's not going to show up that well, but I will show you a sample that I have got. I thought, oh, I'll try this one, but that's not going to work. So that's where I used Soft Sea Foam and Just Jade. So you can see how that pattern just goes on top of that solid image and just makes it a real interest on that. I'll show you with another one. This one will definitely highlight it a bit better. I should have picked a bit of a lighter green for that. Okay. I'm going to use a heart. Right, give it a good wipe because we're going to be using a different colour. So unless you can make sure that you actually don't add it onto the same place twice, it is really important to wipe it off because you get some blank patches on here and you would not get the full coverage. Okay, I'm going to use some Pool Party on this heart and ink that up. Now this heart is from the Sweet Conversations stamp set, which I will show you in just a moment. So you'll notice though when this stamps, it is supposed to be a little like a watercoloured image, and I might just go again as well. So it is supposed to be sort of watercoloured image, so don't worry if you think your stamp is not stamping properly. Okay, now I'm going to use, I've got some open things here which I should close. I'm going to use Crumb Cake to ink up. And I'm going to pop one of these under here. It actually really helps to use an ink pad if you have one to pop underneath this glass because it keeps that flat and it stops you from getting lots of ink all over your plate when you are stamping. Okay, I can see a little bit of green left on there. So I'm going to ink up my and then I'm going to press that down on top of there and then come back. Hopefully this works too because I used a darker colour last time and I thought, no, I wanted to try softer. Yep, that's perfect. And I'll pick that up and you can see how that has just given that heart, whoops, get it in the camera, that has given that heart some lovely texture and interest on there. So another way to do it, which I'm going to show you, is just a little bit of a twist on this. I'm going to pop in this piece that I've actually white embossed with the tile stamp. So let me just clear a bit of a space here before I do a mischief. and clean this because I'm going to use a pink. Give that a bit of a wipe and dry. I'm going to show you some samples when we're finished. And right, let's pop this in place. So this one, sometimes when you want to use your stamp apparatus to move things along in an equal distance, the spacing is not often, or not often, usually it's pretty good, but sometimes you've got a fatter stamp and it doesn't work. So I'm just going to show you how handy these grid lines are for doing exactly the same thing. So I'm going to just check that that's in the right place. Yep, probably just move over slightly. There we go. Cool. Right, I'm going to be using Petal Pink. Now, Petal Pink always, I must admit, to me looks quite orange when you put it on initially, but it does dry a pinky sort of colour, pinky shade. So does that sound still good? Don't know what's happened to my little microphone. Oops. And as you can see, you couldn't see the white embossed before, but you can see that now. See how that's poking through there? That's that part that is just a little bit not got colour in it. So we might just do that again, just to add a bit more. There we go. I just love how that just really pops out on that. Your sound is good. Fantastic. Now, I worked this out, so I'm going to move this equally across each time to, now was it there? I think that was there. I want to get 3 hearts in, equally spaced. So I know it's on this line. This is my starting point. So I'm lining it up to that edge there, and I will then ink up again. And we'll do it twice because we did the other one twice, so it will be the same shade. There we go. And one more time. Just love how that really gives that a little bit of interest on that block image. Okay, let's move that down one more time. So keeping to the line and the point down the bottom there. And this will have to go here this time. Doesn't want to stay. Okay. So using this grid on here is so handy to be able to make sure that you've got things straight, that you can move things equally. And we will do that again, just to keep the colours consistent. Okay. There we go. Now we'll use that. I'll show you what I will be doing. I'm going to use some of the paper from the Celebration. Now, this is free when you spend $90 here in New Zealand. It's the rainbow. So one side has got beautiful, bright, vibrant colours, and the other side has got more sort of, still some of them quite bright still, but you have some of the more softer colours. Now we're going to be doing a bit of ripping. So the other day I showed you the faux ripping technique. We're actually going to be doing some ripping tonight. So let me grab what I need and I will show you. So I've got these 2 colours and I have ripped the bottoms. Now I just wanted to show you that when you are, I'll show you on the other side, when you want to have the white on your coloured cardstock, you pull it towards you. So, for example, I'm pulling this towards me, and you can see I get that lovely white edge. But if you pull it away from you, then you can see that that means you don't get that white edge on the side that you want. So depending on what you like, if you want the white edge or you don't want the white edge, depends on which way you rip the paper. Okay, so I'm going to pop, this is Pool Party and this is the Petal Pink. I'll pop this one down. Look at the other side. Gosh, isn't that lovely and bright? Very, very rainbow-like. Right, and I'm going to pop that on here. I think sometimes it just adds, I quite like it because it can look quite lacy, like you've sort of put lace. So I'm going to, for this side, I'm going to add a little bit of our lace ribbon. So I'm just going to run the Stamp and Seal Plus down there. Nice and quick and easy to then grab, and I've got that here somewhere. I'm going to be using, gosh, I've got ink all over my hands, very vanilla. It's actually very vanilla, but it's very, I think it's quite light. So light enough for what I want anyway. So I'm going to add that just along the bottom, like so. There we go. I keep my little scissors for cutting ribbon in my drawer, because I have little grandchildren that come up here and like to craft and do things, and I nearly have heart failure when I see my scissors being used to cut card and other items. Okay, right. Let's pop a bit of glue on there now for the. Oops, that was very bright, wasn't it? Carried away with the glue stick. I might put a little bit of double-sided tape over there as well. Just to keep that in place. Don't need to worry about taking the backing off, because, here we go. And I'm going to layer that down here. Just keeping the top at one level. Okay. Now I've got a white piece here because I want to put the sentiment on. So I am going to rip this one as well. So I want to rip it about, if I keep that there, about here. There we go. Perfect. And hi Gina, welcome. Sorry I didn't see that before. So lovely to have you live. Thank you for joining me. Okay, let's pop these on here and I will glue that. Because I want to use, whoops, gosh, all fingers and toes, fingers and thumbs today, fingers and toes, fingers and thumbs. Okay, so I'm going to pop that up there. So I am going to just use my Pool Party. Now this is from, as I think I said at the beginning, I'm using a few different stamp sets. So the Timeless Tile, the heart was from Sweet Conversations, and the sentiment is from the Special Moments. This is also a celebration stamp set, and oh, it's a bit glary, isn't it? I'm very well, thank you. Just very, very hot, Gina. Very, very, it's very humid. Everything is very wet. Happy birthday from this one. Love all the sentiments in the script in the stamp set. And this is free with purchase. So with a purchase, okay, let me pop that to one side and get the pool party. And then I need my mat because this is photopolymer. Okay, let's try and get that nice and straight. I did think about putting the tile on there, but I thought it's quite so many patterns here that I just thought it would actually look too busy. So I've decided just to keep it white. Okay. Hopefully I'll get this straight. So sometimes with these photopolymer stamps, I like just to hold them down a little bit, not pushing. It's not good to push the photopolymer stamp too hard because it will just sort of spread out. There we go. And sort of make them fat, which you don't want. You don't want the letters to be looking sort of displayed, I should say, is the right word. Okay, so let me pop that on now. And my glue. So I've got some other samples here as well. Okay. Oops. Knock it out the way. So I've got the mat on there is petal pink. Nearly lost it in my thoughts. Okay. See, see how I had tried popping the, I mean, what do you think? Do you think it would look better with the tile? I can swap it over, actually. Let me take that off. Oh, no, I haven't. I've stamped happy birthday, but I can do that later. Do you think that would be too busy? I guess it's not too bad. Let's have a look with this on it. I always do this with my... No, I think it is too busy. I think it might be a bit too busy. I think this is better. Too many patterns, I think. Okay. Looks good to you. Oh, well, I've popped it back on the other side now. But you can use that on there. And the other reason I didn't do it, actually, I had it crooked. I remember now. I stamped it crooked, so... Okay. I just think that looks all very lacy. So I have used, for the bow, the linen, oh my goodness me, the Whisper White, this is the, it's got a crinkle seam binding ribbon. That's it. Crinkle, yes, I like it on this side. I think it looks good. And this is the petal pink. And I have cut the petal pink. I've cut it down because I didn't really want a big fat, gosh, to be careful of my fingers. I didn't want a big fat ribbon on this. I just wanted something that was softer. And I've just tied one bow and then wrapped that one and tied that one on top. And I saved you watching me do my bow. Okay, I'm going to pop that there. So this is a very, very feminine card. Right, that up a little bit. And I will trim these. And that one. And I have got, oh, thank you, Benita. Yeah, I really love these colours together, I must admit. Now, I thought these would be lovely. These are the polished dots. I haven't used them as yet, and I just thought that looks quite like petal pink in there. So I thought, oh, that'd be nice. I'll break them open to use. Let me just pop these aside. And let's get some of these on. Okay. I will. It's always hard deciding where to put them, isn't it? Pop one maybe there. That's very pretty. And smaller one. I usually only like using one big one. I find they can be a bit overwhelming on your project sometimes, the big ones. So, but I do like to put one on. And I've got a bit of a dot of that ink there. So embellishments are perfect for covering up any little splats that you might get. And that is the card. So let's have a look. Pop these away. That is that style, but I have done another one which could be used more as a more masculine. So I've done the faux ripping technique on this like I showed in my other video, and done the hearts the same, and have done the happy birthday there. So that could easily be a masculine. You could put obviously happy Valentine's Day if you wanted to, and this is the feminine version. And for the leaf, just to show you what you could do with the timeless tile, adding it with the leaf, that was the white embossed option. And of course I showed you, here it is, the leaf, using the two inks and the timeless tile on top with the soft sea foam and the just jade. I thought this gave it a really Polynesian type feel, I thought. Yeah, so let's pop that there. And then another card that I've got, which is actually one that Jackie Williams made for our techniques and tea class that we ran last month, using the timeless tiles, not with the kissing technique, but I just wanted to show you one of the fabulous ways that you can use that timeless tile stamp set. So I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you so much for joining me, and I do apologise for the sound at the beginning, and I will have to double check that. Thank you so much, as I say, and I look forward to sharing another technique with you next week. Once again, please do send me something if you would like me to share a technique with you. I'm more than happy to. Oh, thank you, everybody, and take care. Don't forget to follow me on YouTube. Karen Hadler, Stamping Bees. I'd love to see you there as well, where I pop these up, which Gina's obviously on there and Benita, but they will be up there. This is live, and so it does stay up there. So take care, everybody. Oh, thank you, Andrea. Yes, it's right at the end now. Take care, everybody. Love having you here. Have a fantastic week, and see you next Tuesday.